warm greetings from India. I feel very honored and privileged to present my poems in the Havana International Poetry Festival. I deeply thank Alex sir for inviting me. Really, it's an honor. I am going to read my poems first in Hindi and then the English translation, which has been done by me. So the title of the first poem in Hindi, चाँद तो वही है चाँद जिसे यहाँ से भी अपनी नंगी आँखों से देख रहे हैं हम। नंगी नहीं चश्मा लगाए या लेंस पहनकर, वो जिन्हें दृष्टि दोष है और सभी निश्चित रूप से धूप चश्मे उतार कर आजकल हिटलरी सवालों के घेरे में कुछ ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा बड़ा राजनैतिक विषय है किसी भी किस्म की शारीरिक लाचारी, कमज़ोरी, व्याधि, जबकि एक लड़ाई नित्य नए किस्म की विकलांगता पैदा कर रही है। बहुत ढेर सारी जगहों में लाशों के इर्द गिर्द, पर चाँद तो वही है चाँद जिसे लड़ाई हार कर देश लौट कर अपने पैतृक घर के छज्जे से निहारा किए। वही है चाँद उस महफूज छज्जे में चमकता हुआ जिसने इतना नचाया उस फिरंगी शहर में एक महफूज छज्जे के लिए। And now the English translation. It's the same moonshine. All we earth dwellers have a single moon, and it is a similar moonshine I am looking at from this hemisphere. With my bare, unpretentious, naked eyes, well, not really bare, for I wear glasses, or on some nights with my lenses, and all of us with short or long-sightedness are looking at the moon in this manner, and certainly moon gazing requires the taking off of our sunglasses. No matter in what time zones we are or our hearts still are, today all physical limitations, however, are falling within the range of strange Hitler-like questions. Health and work both becoming a larger-than-life political issue, whereas a new war of immigration is simply causing more damage to life and limbs, inflicting more wounds, weakening bodies and souls, in so many spaces, drawing so many front lines, borders where none existed actually, killing people, piling up the dead in large numbers, and yet the moonshine remains the same. I am looking at the same moon, having lost that war of settlement abroad which I was made to fight like a military recruit, being a civilian, that too with short-sightedness. But the moon remains the same, dazzling brilliantly, seen today from the safety and peace of this balcony of my ancestral house, now that I have returned to my native land. It was all a fight for this viewpoint, a balcony of one's own, erupting into a patriarchal war, destined to be lost by a woman. So this is a poem originally from my second collection, the Hasbar Kalambutu, and I am going to read a poem now, which is called Tandav. It is from my third book. It's called Pratyancha, and it is called Tandav in Hindi first. समुद्र आज चाँद का प्रतिबिंब था और चाँद मुझसे दूर। समुद्र उचक उचक कर आ रहा था मेरी जिंदगी की खाली जगह में। समुद्र मेरी बाँह पकड़कर खींचे लिए जा रहा था मेरे पैरों के नीचे की मिट्टी परे धकेलता। वह मुझे गोद में उठाए लिए जा रहा था गुरुत्वाकर्षण से गहरा सम्मोहन मुझ पर उतारता समुद्र एक खौफनाक पुरुष था. And now the English translation, which says, the ocean on a full moon night. The ocean today was a reflection of the moon, and the moon itself so far away. The ocean leapt up with each wave and tide into the empty spaces of my life. Catching hold of me by my arm, the ocean pulled me, dragged me away with itself, pushing the ground beneath my feet. Beyond, picking me up in its lap, cuddling fondly, mesmerizing with an attraction deeper, more powerful than gravity. The ocean was an intimidating, scary man tonight. And now the third poem, first in Hindi, the title, मछुआरे और समुद्र का रक्त स्नान. मछुआरे भी इस बीच खूब रहे सुर्खियों में, अदला बदली हुई उनकी देशों के बीच, जहाँ कहीं समुद्र के सीने पर थी सरहद. नहाया भी समुद्र खून में उनके, तब भी जब कोई तूफान नहीं लेकर आई थी हवा. And now the English translation. The fishermen and the ocean's bloodbath. The fishermen suddenly surfaced in the headlines. Those quietly fishing the waters for world's food came in news, were exchanged between nations. Wherever the border ran across the breast of the ocean, bifurcating strictly people from people, spilling blood on water, bathing the ocean red, bathing the ocean in blood. And now the final poem, which in Hindi says Kavita Ka Naksha. It's from my fourth book of poems, Osne Subehein. कविता का नक्शा. कविता का अपना एक रोमान तो होता ही है, अपना एक नक्शा भी होता है. वह जाने किन पहाड़ों पठारों से होती हुई लांघती सारी राजनैतिक सीमाएं अक्सर किसी नदी नहीं तो सूख रहे या भर दिए जा रहे जलाशय पर आ टिकती है. नदियों के तलछट का भी अपना एक रोना है, उसमें नदियों का होना तो है, पर बहुत कुछ का होना भी, और इस रुदन में अपना एक कंपन होता है, कारण और वजूद भी. और इस तरह एक पूरा नक्शा होता है कविता का. और अचानक तात्कालिक शहर के नक्शे के उस पर उतारे जाने से रूठ कर जंगलों में चली जाती है कविता. And now the English translation, the title of which is The Map of Poetry. Poetry almost always has a romantic element, also has a map. Passing through strange, innumerable mountains, plateaus crossing boundaries politically created, it often comes to sit by a river drying up, or a pond being filled. There is a separate cry about the river bed in which the river is inevitably present, but so is the loss of so much beauty around. And this cry, this scream has its own vibrations, reasons, and persona, and thus comes into being a neat map of poetry. And behold, with the sudden imposition of towns dilapidating like my own, poetry is sulking away, walking calmly into the tranquility of the forests. Thank you so much. Thank you. Warm greetings again. Thank you to all poets.